What's up, buddy? So, this is the best farming levels for Earth Defense Force 2025. I'm gonna go through here both armor farming and gear farming. So, let's start with armor farming. There's mainly one mission there that's the best one, but earlier on there are other missions that also can be pretty good for that. So, one of these earlier missions would be Mission 13.
Select a difficulty.
Here we go. Alright, well, what makes this mission good for this is these three transport ships here. As long as you don't do anything with the transport ship, they will spawn in new insects. So you can get these for as long as you want. And it also doesn't matter which difficulty level you go with. So going with the easiest difficulty works just as well as anything else. Having something explosive on the other hand, so we can get rid of some of these buildings, can be pretty nice. That makes things easier, otherwise those insects tend to hide behind the buildings here. But yeah, this one you can collect as much of armor as you want here, so it's a pretty good level for this. However, the main mission for armor farming would be mission 44. So let's start this one. Here we go. And yeah, what makes this one good is that you have this ship here, or transport ship here. It stands still and spawns in a bunch of insects. And yeah, what makes this good is that you can just stand underneath here and just get all of the ants before they even touch the ground. Same with the earlier missions, it's good to have something that explodes. We can get rid of those buildings. If you don't do that in this mission, the insects tend to get stuck in the building, so yeah, it's pretty much necessary, or very helpful at least. Here we go. Well, here at the start you need to get him. Here we go. And it's raining ants. You can just stand here and collect everything. Except I didn't reload here, so we might run out of ammo before. Here we go. Okay, something like that is pretty good to have, so we have some space for all the ants to go to. And let's do another one here. Make it rain. And yeah, you can have quite a mountain of boxes here that you can collect before you pick them up. But they will eventually stop showing up new armor or boxes here. So there's a limit on how many of these there can be on a map here. But yeah, this is what makes this mission so good for armor farming. Because we can just stand here and just wait until the next one. And you don't need to hunt down all of the insects. Alright, well, now for gear farming. And yeah, there are mainly three missions there that can be really good for that. The first one here is mission 11. And all of these missions, we want to do those on the hardest difficulty that we can do. Mission 11, on the other hand, even early on, you can do this one on the Inferno difficulty without too much of a problem. Anyway, let's start the mission. Here we go. Yeah, the reason you can do this one very early on, as soon as you get the mission, more or less, is because you can just hide underneath the bridge here. And you have a few buddies on top of the bridge here, which can complete the mission entirely on their own here. So all we need to do is just sit here. It's not super fun, but super easy on the other hand. You do, however, you can still get hit And if you do this really early on, then yeah, these do a lot of damage, so you can't take too many hits before you take a dirt nap. Also, you do want to, in the end of the mission here, when there are a few of these flying units left, then you want to go out and collect everything they have dropped there. Otherwise, there's not much point of the mission. But let's cut over to the end of the mission, because this is gonna take a while. Alright, here we go. Yeah, you do want a few of them left here, so we do have some time to collect up all of the things. But yeah, I usually, or at least in the early on here, waited for when there are maybe 4 to 5 of these flying units left here before I showed up. Otherwise, you can quite easily get hit. But there we go. Yeah, this is this mission, and it's very easy peasy. Alright, well, next mission is mission 77, and yeah, I found this one to be the best and the one I play through the most here. It's the easiest of the more difficult levels, so let's go. So, first of all, there are a few things to think about here. There is a Hector over here. If we don't take him out fairly or pretty early on here, he can walk towards you, and there's a crater over here. And if he goes down there, he tends to shoot through the ground for some reason. So yeah, I found it to be pretty necessary to take this one out first before we go do anything else. Here we go. Yeah, at the moment I have the best snipers here. So you do want something like that. But yeah, you can complete this level with well, fairly early on with a lot easier or simpler snipers. Also used missile launchers. Had one sniper and one missile launcher that worked pretty well for this mission. Also for these flying units, as soon as they get close, especially early on here, you do need to do something about those, because they can do a lot of damage if you don't have all that much armor yourself there. Anyway, let's see if we can get all the flying units here first. This one can wait. They usually stick to your buddies over there. So we don't need to worry about that one unless we get close to it. There we go. Alright, now then we gotten all of these. We do have a gigantic crater over here. And in this crater there's a bunch of Hectors and also those walking shields here. And when we have snipers, you can just pop out and do something about the Hectors and this walker or whatever this is called. However, they can shoot their plasma, and that can go pretty fast and pretty difficult to avoid. So early on here you could take a dirt nap just from one hit here, which can be a problem. Another strategy that worked pretty well for me early on is going with a missile launcher. Then we can just stand over here, get a lock on, and then just shoot over the into the crater here. And there's no way that they can also get towards you here. But once you get a sniper, and especially if you have somewhat okay with armor, you can quite easily do this. But yeah, you probably don't want to stand still too much either. These walking shields also tend to walk towards your buddies over here, and they will eventually get up out of the crater, which can be a problem if you are inside the crater. If you are in the crater, there's no way out unless you have the wing diver that can fly. That's the only one that can get out of the crater again, I assume. Don't think the other ones can. Here we go. And there's one more there. But yeah, you do see when the Hectors are aiming for you. It takes a while for them to shoot, so you can see here. Yep, here it goes. And this one is the easiest, given that their plasma thing takes a long time before it shows up. There we go, got him. Alright, well, we did get a few Hector over there on the other side of the crater, so there's are a few boxes. So normally I would just jump all the way around there and collect those. But we don't need to do this, just to demonstrate the level here. So we need to do something about the brain. After a while they will spawn in a bunch of these wall thingies. Let's get the walking shields here first. Here we go. There we go. Okay, next part. And yeah, go for these red thingies here. They explode and everything around them goes with it. So those are the main thing that we need to do something about. There we go. Yeah, it goes pretty fast here now that I have the best sniper here. But it can be good early on at least, so to be up outside the crater before we do this. But at this point, so we don't need to do that. And yeah, the main problem with this mission is that there's not a ton of boxes that they will drop. But the things that you can go get here are really good on the other hand. And the mission is fairly easy, so that's the main reason why this one is so good. But there is another mission as well. And there we go. That we got that one. The last part is that we just need to take out the brain. We also need to collect everything, but I'm not gonna collect all the boxes. But yeah, all you do is shoot the gigantic metal brain here, and it will eventually runs away, and the mission is cleared. And that's it for this mission. Alright, now for the last mission, and also the one I found to be the best mission to collect gear here, and that is mission 82. So let's start. Here we go. Alright. First of all, it's gonna be a bunch of flying units here. You got also the gigantic robot and two transport ships here. Transport ships are not gonna do anything here at the start. They will do that later on here. Yeah, we at first need to do something about all the flying units. And yeah, one problem I found in this mission is that these don't drop all that many items or boxes. So actually getting medkits can be pretty difficult. So unless you have a lot of armor, you will eventually lose that. In this case I went with the portable armor here. Otherwise it would be pretty nice also to go with dual snipers. But yeah, once we gotten all the flying units here, we need to go for the gigantic robot. After you have done some damage to the robot, the the transport ships are gonna wake up. And both of these, they don't drop the same things. This one drops new or more of these flying units, and we need to take out that one as fast as we can as soon as these wakes up. The other ones, that's the one we are gonna keep, because that's the one that spawns in Hectors. And well, they will keep on spawning in new Hectors for as long as we want here. So that's why this map can be so good for farming. But it's also not all that quick on the other hand. It takes a while to complete all this. Here we go. But you can get some of the best weapons in the game from this mission on the Inferno difficulty. Alright, well that was the last flying unit, so next up we need to do something about the gigantic robot here. And yeah, he has moved since last time around. He does walk back and forth here. He will eventually get so far away, so it's kind of difficult to reach him here. He will eventually get back. Here we go. Yeah, you don't want to go too far here later on when this one spawns in new Hectors all the time. Anyway, let's go. Ouch! Okay, here's why it could be good to have that portable medkit there. But yeah, this also takes quite some time. This gigantic robot has a lot of armor. And you hear when after a while here the transport ships are gonna spawn in, or you hear them open up here. And as soon as we do hear that, we are gonna go for this one and take out that transport ship as fast as we can, so we don't have a lot of flying units around. Here we go. Now these woke up, so let's get this one first. Ouch! Also rude. Okay. And these are the ones with the shields also. Also not a good time for a nap there. And yep, there I have also spawned in 2 Hectors. So we don't want to be too close to those, because they can also do a lot of damage. But also the good thing with the Hectors is that they always drop boxes. Yeah, let's see if we can do something about this one first before we do anything else. Oops, that's a tree. There we go, nice. Alright, we got the mothership. Also, the Hectors are kind of getting a bit too close here. Oops, well, I guess that's one way to get the flying units, and another one. Nice. Here we go. And yep, that gigantic robot is also gonna be quite annoying for a while there. But yeah, once we can, let's use the medkit there. Yeah, once we get all the flying units and we can hide behind the little mountain over here, so we will hopefully not get hit by the robot. Got him. Ouch. And there we go. Now we got into the point where we can start the farming here. So they will infinitely get the hectares towards us here. First time I did this mission, I just took out the hectares as fast as I could there, which was a bit of a problem because to collect all of the boxes, I have to go close to here, and yeah, you will definitely get hit there by all the new hectares. I found it to work best if I waited for them to get closer before I took out the hectares. It takes a bit longer to do that on the other hand. But yeah, once they are over this little hill here, I usually can still wear them down there, but I don't want them to explode before they reach that point. When we do that, we can quite easily collect all of everything they drop. There we go. Okay, and here we go. Yeah, at this point we do want them to be, so we can all take them out 1 or 2 hits here before they reach to this point here. And as we can see, the gigantic robot, it is all over there behind the mountain. He will, or this one will eventually get back here. But at this point he doesn't do too much over there, so we can just take out the hectares when they show up. Here we go. And at this point I wait a bit for them to get closer. And while we're waiting, we can reload and collect whatever they have dropped here. And yeah, I only did this mission twice. And the second time I think I did, from this part I maybe did or farmed here for maybe an hour. And I got pretty much everything I needed for the last gear. Okay, well, I guess he still can get to us. But at this point it's not as bad, given that the hectares, they do drop medkits. So we can quite easily get our armor back here. Okay, now we're a bit close here. There we go. But yeah, that's it for this mission. Yeah, you only take out the gigantic robot once he gets closer, and once you are done with all or you're farmed for as much as you want here, you just take out the transport ship there, and that's mission complete. But yeah, easy peasy, and this will be it for this video. So you all stay awesome, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.